the tape from the paper. We are managing for air here. We're bringing our zip sheathing from outside to inside, and we're just detailing that joint. And this allows us to maintain continuity across this opening. Once this opening is all detailed and we install the window, when we seal the backside, when we air seal the interior of the window, that allows us to maintain that continuity that we're going for. And we're going to have no air from outside coming in and no air from inside going out. Now, there is a little bit of overkill happening here, and I'm not talking about the details, I'm talking about the size of the tape that I was using. And that's because somebody forgot to bring the smaller tape, and it just made sense to get the job done with what we had on site versus wasting time to get, well, less expensive tape. We're also using the Siga Pre-made corners on this window opening. I absolutely love these. They're the only pre-made corner that I like. So with the jambs detailed, the head detailed, and everything properly wrapped, we've managed for water, we've managed for air, and we are ready to put a window in. Let's put a window in a hole. Okay, we are getting this prepped for the window. I like to have these all perfectly laid out and this to be dead level before we try and put a window in the hole. The closer you can get it to perfect ahead of time, the better off you are. That is pretty close to dead center. So, let's see where we're at. Now, that is the other thing, is you want your level to be pretty much parallel in the opening. If it's angled in the opening, it's going to give you a false reading. That is pretty darn good. And what are we saying here? Ooh, that guy's a little high. That is pretty darn good. All right. A little bit of tape. Just going to make sure that the shims are actually where they're supposed to be once we get the window out and ready to go. Now, hot tip, folks. If you end up having a clip dead center of your window, sweep your shims over a little bit. Trust me. Yes, the shim will not be dead center of the window, but it will not interfere with the clip, and your window will not be resting on the clip screws, which I think are far more problematic of an issue than beautiful, parallel to the opening, and one more time. I am happy with that. All right, now we are ready to put a window in a hole. Now we are exceeding the number of clips required by Andersen on this particular install. There are Stormwatch or their coastal install requirements. I have talked to the rep, we've conferred with the manufacturer, and having an extra clip is no big deal. More is okay, not enough can be an issue. If you get too crazy with the number of clips, there can be an issue with thermal bridging. But with some careful detailing during install, that will be a non-issue. Because of where we live, the coastal environment, and this window literally will face a funnel here on the island. Sometimes we have wind that comes right up the sound. It's gonna smash right into this window. I would rather have an extra clip just for peace of mind. All right, we just had a hot topic. The question is whether we repaired this on site or we sent it back. I personally don't think we have enough time in our timeline to wait for a replacement window. So got the heat gun out, warmed the nailing flange up, got it bent back almost 90. Couple little kinks and wrinkles in it, but still I can work with this. I can get it installed. And this is the first time that I'm actually going to demand that we roll the flashing tape up on the brick mold. I don't know, I haven't heard back from Andersen yet. I imagine I'll get a call probably right after we get this in the hole, whether this is an acceptable on-site repair. But either way, I'm gonna roll the tape up on the flange, and then I know that that joint is protected on the off chance that I weakened it a little by heating things up. Let's put a window in a hole.
Nope, you're not touching anything.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, do you tape the bottom of your window or do you leave it open and you put a shim in for positive drainage? Andersen Windows does allow for the barrier method, but it also allows for the drainage method. You won't find the horseshoe shim in their instructions. That's where I differ from Andersen, but we're gonna tape this window. I'm just kidding. I still can't tape the bottom of a window, even under this overhang. I can't do it. We're big believers in the pretty good house model, but we also like to follow passive house principles. We like to have below passive house airtightness. And Andersen Windows help achieve that goal. The performance of your windows and doors are an extremely crucial part of the overall assembly of your wall. By going with Andersen 400 series in a triple pane unit, that just allows us to reduce the amount of energy flow at this point. And that is critical in us meeting some of our pretty good house goals.